put my phone somewhere so I can't see. Where did I put it? Where'd it go? How did I lose it? My game crashed. I think. No, it did not. I still seem to have lost my cellular device. Oh, I found it. I was sitting on it. Alright, let me open up the stream. There, so I can see things. Cool. We're waiting on Reddit last time, so and try and figure out some other stuff to do while we wait. Maybe we'll work on blood magic or something. I'm not sure. Oh, now my game crashed. Oh no, just tabbed out. Either way, we got some time to kill. And I can't really do much because I'm stuck waiting. Acetone. 70 seconds. Got it. Guys, can you believe it? I've already been to Venus. No way. That seems kind of silly. Like, I guess they just didn't have anything else to put there, but it's kind of funny that I can just say I've been to Venus. And the game's like, oh, okay, sure, bro. Is there any reason to open these anymore? Or should I just be trying to make the LUV ones? We got some time. Not really a crazy amount that I'd need, though. No, they keep going. UHV loot bags give a single diamond. That's kind of funny. Hmm. I need to make osmiridium for the precise assembler. I need a ton of iridium. Oh, really? Oh, yeah, look at that. So many things. I'll probably make the extreme industrial greenhouse at some point. So we're gonna have to make that ingot of osmiridium for the quest too. 3 iridium and an osmium. Temporary work won't work. Okay. So we'll request that. Do I not have any carbonite? I do. I probably have a piece of enderium somewhere. See? Problem is, I know that there's a thing that gets me, um, like the ability to respawn, but Really, I just want the Eldritch Research tab so I can get void metal and whatnot for later. But also gonna have to go to the moon. Pick that bad boy up. Okay. Did 64. There we go. Stop this guy down right there. I did want to clean up this room, but that requires some cobblestone. Type are you? French. I clean all this up more later, but I just want to fix this one wall. Try to dough this time. Got a lot of things I need for this. I should set up this to autocraft too, because I've been neglecting this one. And I need it now. These are so expensive though. That's so much rooted. Holy crap. All right. Yeah, we're gonna need to make the high intensity laser engraver as well. So I think right now, even though we're technically in LUV, I want to more so focus on. I see. I was just doing that to wait, so it's fine. I gotta put it on too, though. Gonna take a trip to the moon real quick to pick up our miner. Um, but like, what resources do I need right now? Okay. Nickel, tungsten, vanadium, chrome, deep iron, iridium, gold, magnetite, silicon, shadow, iron, tungsten, shadow, iron. Hmm, I see. Okay. You need so much ruridit. I'm really gonna have to start scaling up power and machines. One EBF will no longer cut it. It looks like at this point, the amount of ruridit I need. I mean, I could get just enough to get an elite assembling machine. Because the other option is I just make the precise assembler, which I need to make anyways. Can't skip tiers. You need multi-block assembler, single block assembler, or plus plus multi to make your first energy hatch. Then you can use it. Okay, so I have to make the LUV assembler anyways. So we need 2 robot arms. So instead of being like this, we're just gonna do the math the way I always do it. We're gonna need the circuit assembler too. So, right, so we need robot arms, which needs pistons, which we need conveyors, we need motors. And we'll throw 4 pumps in there. Or 3 pumps, so it's a nice number. Okay. This requires quite a lot of resources. Um, and quite a few fluid solidifier hatches and some recipes. So, for starters, things that I need samarium rods. We know how to make samarium, so just gotta change them to rods. We have the extruder for that. We're also gonna need some more 16K storage components. 16 is probably what I'll go for. So we need 64 MV circuits. The problem is I'm gonna need tantalum. And the tungsten steel is busy, and that's gonna be busy for a while. So that's fine. That requires a fluid solidifier. Regular rods do with an extruder. We're gonna need a few more fluid solidifiers. Hatching. Wow. Oh my God, that was awful. I can't speak. Fluid input. Fluid solidify your hatch. We'll say we need rings, rounds, 2 gears, rotors. Rings, round, 2 gears, rotors, long rods. And that should cover everything. Although I could do extruder for gears. Not that this is like breaking bank to make these. But maybe I'll take 2 away for the gears. I could take 3 away for rings. I only need 3 more. For now, obviously. Silicone rubber. The system knows how to make. So that's that done. And need a lot of yttrium barium cuprate. Polyphenylene sulfide, I think it knows how to make. It doesn't know how to make polyphenylene sulfide. Is the problem. So we'll have to fix that. We'll have to teach the system that. But then we need the yttrium barium cuprate. Yttrium I can't get directly. And barium I just don't have. But I have barite, a lot of it. Yttrium we're limited on. I do need one for ingots, I guess, unless I want to do plates in the mass rate. So I might at least make an extra for that. And then I'll probably flip-flop here, right? Because this is the output bus. Maybe I won't. But I can just link up all the output buses because it doesn't matter which one it goes to. Right. And then polyphenylene sulfide. That's easy enough. I don't know why the recipe is here twice. Oh, air, oxygen. Do I know how to make sodium sulfate? Sodium. I don't. Dichloro? Don't know how to make either of those. I think I already wrote this down, actually. Nah, I have the benzenide. Okay, so that's polyphenylene solved. Mostly. Because I do technically still need to make ingot and then foiled ingot. Reddit wire. Bismuth and cadmium. How do we get cadmium? Calico pyrite, swarlite, and cadmium ore. She can't get tilteriate. So, swarlite it is. There's no better way. Good if I replicate. But the rest is no. Oh, right, because this is for the end alloy. So yeah, I guess I could just thermal centrifuge this. To get at least a little bit more cadmium, but tragic that it's so expensive. Would like to update these two. This one doesn't need it. Why doesn't it show up then? Oh, it does. Okay. So things I need. I need one, two, and four hatches for my wires. I only need inputs, so they're really, really simple. Literally just do like one, two, three, or some nonsense, or like one, two, three, you know, and then just stick a controller line there. But that needs three, this needs three. One, two, three. Um, I'm gonna need the precise assembler so that I can automate things like wires. So I can make wires. I need, so I think the precise assembler will come pretty soon. We're gonna do this one so I can get the samarium done, and also just it's one more. Um, but while we're waiting on that, mass processing, technically we have this as you enter. Fewer mass processing multiplexes are available as you set up new setups and scale the multiplex you've already built. There's still some important upgrades. Definitely don't miss on Cal, or you'll be kicking yourself. Finish out your collection. Industrial autoclave. You can make the industrial autoclave. There's a huge multi-block with many scaling factors, also extremely powerful. You'll definitely want to pick one of these up to process crystal chips quickly for the crystal circuit line. Coils, pipe casings, and item casings are all extremely important to the multi-scaling. Use the best that you have. And this guy's a big boy. Although autoclaves are very slow, so that is very nice. Requires thorium-232, best source for hundreds of thousands of glass. Effective voltage for the high current arc furnace is one tier lower than the energy hatch. MV tier energy hatch, it will do LV tier arc furnace recipes. This machine also does plasma arc furnace recipes. Cool, but like there's maybe four things, and one of them is annealed copper. Advanced assembly line. This is the advanced assembly line from Gigagram Fab. It supports item pipelining. That is, it will mimic a real assembly line by consuming ingredients one by one instead of all at the start. Offer us parallelism up to however many item input this recipe requires. You can think of it as an advanced assembly line as a collection of slices which are capable of processing each step independently from other slices. It will start processing once the input bus contents align with any stored data stick. The first slice will consume the input in bus 1 after recipe time / number of inputs time. First slice work is concluded and we'll start on the second slice. Yada yada yada. I'm gonna sleep so that I don't have to worry about time. Terminal slice, the nth slice, where n is the number of item input in range. The fact that we're on math terms is good for me. We'll put the recipe output in output bus when it has concluded his work. Whenever a non-terminal slice finishes its work, it will try to pass the work onto the next slice. If the next slice cannot find the materials in its input bus, the just finished slice will remain in stuck state and hang the assembly line. To locate these stuck assembly lines, the controller's front face will have its status light turned orange. The EU per tick cost of this machine is number of slices active multiplied by the original recipe EU per tick. Stuck slices do not consume power. It will use the worst energy supplying hatch's input voltage for the recipe tier calculation and normal imperfect overclock. With exotic energy hatches, it can overclock beyond usual voltage tier, but will consume even more power than usual imperfect overclock. Every laser overclock will 0.3 the power exponent. One laser overclock will 50%. Use 430% power, 225, 2000% power. Will not overclock beyond one tick. Machine first tries to paralyze, then normal imperfect overclock, then laser overclock. God fucking damn. So it's the same exact machine, but it's more complicated. Okay. And that's it. So we want the high intensity laser engraver. We want the autoclave, the um we want the electromagneto thing that we're doing now. And that's most of it. Do I finally do it? It's just that the killer is this, because I would need this much HSSG. That's what I could put my miner on. I could put my miner on a Mika chunk. Honestly, the only problem is I just wouldn't be able to supply the power. And obviously then I'd need to make a freeze. But I don't think we're there yet. The lathe is one that I've considered once or twice, but I'd rather keep my lathing to real life than uh, the alternative. Multi-block electric compressor would let me just item pipeline all of my coal and just compress that stuff. Um, Large fluid extraction is good. So we kind of have, what does this do? Oh, this is an extractor. So things we want. Maybe the extractor eventually, not important right now. Same with the lathe. Same with the compressor. We want fluid extractor because it's required because I have to fluid extract all of the HSS stuff. So we need fluid extractor. We need the precise assembler, which how kind of them to put in two places to really slap me around with it. We need this um, magnetic flux exhibitor. Uh, Density squared is not necessary because we want the uh, powered one that comes later. So right now we have 1, 2, 3, and then we want the laser engraver, so that's 4, and the autoclave, that's 5. The Dangote we did, we just haven't made 200 clean stainless, which I think is kind of silly. The forge hammer is pointless. The tree growth simulator will inevitably be needed. Zhuhai is pointless. The cryogenic freezer and the Vulcanus could be extremely useful. Um, right, because this just does that. But it has parallels, right? Really, just like I'd have to make it. And then I need blazing pyrotheum. Blazing pyrotheum. Which I would get from what? Where do you get blazing pyrotheum from? Pyrotheum. From blazes. Or from mixing. Or from creating it in a mixer with redstone, blaze powder, sulfur, and coal. Or from bees. Always spawns infernal. Literally the definition of fuck you. Because if I go to the extreme entity crusher, right? We could make the extreme entity crusher and then slap a blaze spawner in there and use that and then power the EBF with that, right? Or the alternative is we need a way. All three of these things are easy and I have a crazy supply, right? And I could fluid extract the blazing pyrotheum, which is perfect, right? Um, and then it gets confused. But it's a pretty shitty drop, blazes. But that's not why we're doing it. We're doing it for blaze powder, blaze powder. And I bet you, yep, there are other mobs which drop blaze powder, like the Inferno. And I can get those, make them not spawn Inferno, and then, or make them not spawn Inferno, like the Inferno, and then we'll be good. And this still gives me, like, the only issue is just that I have to get this mob. So instead, chance to drop 1% EEC, 5% EEC, right? Like, the rest of this is kind of not helpful to me. The witch can drop redstone and glowstone, which is pretty neat. The witch spider can drop it, and the witch cave spider can drop it. But I think we would want the inferno. We just have to figure out how to get one. And then, yeah, we could do it like that. And then use the extreme entity crushers uh, infernal spawn deactivator so that we don't have to waste the power. And then the rest of that can go into the magic absorber, I think. Yeah, because we could make like a book enchanter or some shit and slap that XP in there. But then I need to make books. But there are options for things there. But that would be the alternative. And that would be what I would have to do to upgrade my EBF instead. So that, and then this one, right, takes a cryotheum, right? And blizzes can spawn infernal, evolved cold blaze, drops blizz rods and blizz dust, and um, that gives blizz dust, and then that blizz dust can be mixed to get cryotheum. Um, with snow and some other stuff, and then that can be used for the cryogenic freezer. Um, but that one's not as important or damaging infrastructure-wise. Okay. So we're just waiting on tungsten steel, but I could run something else. I guess I'm just trying to be power conscious. Uh, tungsten steel. We do have enough tungsten steel though, so we can do this. 438. However, we did need 37 magnetic neodymium frame boxes. Just 148 neodymium. And so we would have to make some more neodymium for that, which is a-okay. We can do that. And then obviously I haven't made the multi-block core piece either, which requires like virtually nothing. It's extremely cheap and I already have the separator. So sorry, give me 1 second. Okay. But yeah. So kind of need that. Need extraction point. Need precise assembler. Um, so we are kind of stuck on some things. Because I can't make the imprecise ones. I need the precise ones. So there's kind of a lot of things I'm gated by right now. Just tough. But while we're waiting, let me run a few more machines. I did want to change this to IV power so that the chlorine goes faster. So I want to make some more IV energy hatches. That was interesting. Because we need IV energy hatch. I would like to make 4 more. That's a good amount. Uh, all right. I mean, the only thing I'm missing for Ichor is void metal, I think. But I'll have to figure out what the safest way to, get the Eldritch research stuff unlocked is. I'll maybe chart that out for next time. Because I got like a little over 15 minutes left for this. But while we wait, I was about to do something and then it gone. Just like that. It really is so crazy how that works. Um, what was I gonna do? Damn. Wow, it's bad. Um, actually, what was I gonna do? Holy. Uh, you know, it's not coming to me. No matter how hard I try to think about it, and then it ain't arriving. I'm gonna get rid of the lubricant because I know I'm gonna get that. The riveted cable is handled. Uh, Damn, what was I gonna do? Because I can't. Oh, I was gonna get the tungsten steel. I'd be like, oh, I could, blah 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 blah. But then I remembered that I need to to do this. I'm stuck waiting on that. All right, so let's think about it. 10 liters of blazing pyrotheum per second. One blazing pyrotheum is 1,000, 250. So 10 per second, 25 seconds per blaze powder. Um, 25 seconds per blaze powder, or 25 seconds per material means that um, 60 seconds times 60 minutes. 3600 over 25. 144 per hour is what I'd go through. So I'd go through 144 blaze powder per hour. So I would need a way to get blaze powder to uh, combat that. However, it might honestly be worth it. Like I just need the haste alloy, which is a fluid extractor thing, nickel chrome. That's super cheap. That's cheap. Robot arms are cheap. This Gregtech computer thing is cheap, except for the two ZPM circuits. That's not cheap. The haste alloy N is also an ABS, and that's a little more expensive, but that's fine. I only need a very small amount of that. Um, WN, WN. But I need it for the casings, so I actually need a good amount of that. And then this is X, but then everything else is cheap. Okay, so maybe we'll do that. We'll finish this first, right? Get the electromagnetic separator, and then we'll slap that bad boy somewhere in here in this side or something. I don't know. I'll figure out a spot for it. It'll have home. But then maybe we'll do this, and then we'll need to figure out a way to get blaze powder. Um, and then I would have, what is it? 120% speed, 90% usage, 8 parallels, and EPF. All it costs is 100 extra pollution per second. But I think that's worth it. And if it just means that I have to make an extreme entity crusher and go and like yoink a fire beetle from, you know, from what do you call it? From the Twilight Forest, or find out where Inferno doodads come from. I could get Evolve Blazed, but I don't know what planet Evolve Blaze. Spawn on. Cinder. Like all these blazes. Yeah. Infernos would be nice. That's a funky looking thing. And then fire beetles, you know. But I think they know that fire beetles are the cop out, so. But yeah, okay. So that might be the plan. That might be the play. That might be the schmove. However, while we wait for this last 50, I'm probably gonna go do some other stuff because I'm exhausted from my work week. I just wanted to make a little bit more of a dent in something and maybe get some ideas for things I might do. So maybe Vulcanist next time. That might be worth it. We'll see. That would be a neat upgrade. Would definitely save me time making the rest of these multis. And I need a lot of Rooterit, and you know, I am a big proponent to the idea that upgrades are better than more of the same, so that you can save on space and power. So we'll see. But I appreciate you sticking around. See ya.